Hi everyone, welcome to Microbiology for Nurses video series, and in this video we are going to discuss about different types of staining techniques. So before starting staining techniques, we need microscope to visualize the stained microorganisms. So what are the different types of microscopes available? So optical or light microscopes, dark field microscopes, phase contrast microscopes, and electron microscopes. So these are the four types of microscopes we use in microbiology to study or observe the microorganism and its structure. What is staining and what is a stain? So these are all the very important definition when we talk about staining techniques. What is a stain? So these are chemical reagents or dye that imparts color to the cells and tissues sections of the biological specimens. So why we impart the dye or the color is to visualize the microorganism clearly under a different background. So what happens when you introduce a stain? Either you will introduce a stain in the background so the organism will be clearly visible, or you will introduce the dye in the parts of the biological specimen, so you can visualize the microorganism very clearly in the microscope in a contrast background. So these are the chemicals which we use for the staining techniques are called stains. So what is staining? Staining means imparting, the process of imparting color to the cells, tissues or microscopic components. So they are highlighted and visualized better under the microscopes. So if you impart, or the procedure or the process of imparting color in the microorganisms, which is called staining. So what are the different types of stains available? Stains are classified basically as acidic stain, basic stain and neutral stain. So acidic stain always carries negative charge, basic stain carries positive charge, and neutral stains carries both positive and negative charges. So according to the organism or the type of the structure of the organism, it will go and bind to the stain. The examples of acidic stain is nigrosin, eosin, carbolfusin, India ink, malachite, green, etc. Okay, carries positive charges, crystal violet, methylene blue, safranin. So these are all the basic stains which carries positive charges. What are neutral stains like Giemsa stain, Leishman and Wright stains are some of the example of neutral stain. So we will move on to staining techniques. The staining techniques are broadly classified as simple stain, negative staining, differential staining. So simple staining is otherwise called as direct staining, and negative staining is otherwise called as indirect staining. Simple stain is otherwise called as positive staining and negative staining. Okay, so we can classify the staining technique as positive staining, negative staining and differential staining, or direct staining, indirect staining, or differential and differential staining. So we'll see one by one in detail. What is simple staining? It is one of the most popular staining method, which is very simple, which is done by one single stain, that is monochrome staining or direct staining. So what we do, we use only one color in this staining technique. And how we do it in 3 steps, that is smear preparation, heat fixing and staining technique. Smear preparation is the sample what you have taken, you have to make it like a thin coat on the film or on a slide. We say it as smearing technique. And once the smear is done, you have to fix it by heat, or you have to keep it for drying, and then you will do the staining process. So we'll see each step. The dye used in the simple or direct staining are safranin, methylene blue and crystal violet. Mostly they are basic staining. Safranin, methylene blue and crystal violet. Rarely we use carbolfusin also. So what is the procedure here? As we said, there are three phases in simple staining: smear preparation, heat fixing, and simple staining. So smear preparation is done. What you have to do, you have to take a glass slide, add a drop of distilled water, and along with this distilled water, you will inoculate the specimen. So you will inoculate the specimen with the inoculation loop and you will spread it in the slide. And once the smear is prepared, then you will take it for the heat fixing step. So either you can directly heat it under a lamp or you can leave it for air drying. So you can fix it with the heat and you will leave it for air drying. So once the specimen is dried or the slide is dried and ready, what you have to do, you have to start applying stain. So in simple stain, what you do, you will add either safranin or methylene blue. You will just add the drop in that specimen where you have inoculated, and you will do a washing and then you will air dry. So this color or the stain what we applied, it will be absorbed by either by the background or by the organism. So microscopic observation will release beautiful view of the organism or a clear visualization of the microorganism or any biological specimen. Clear? So this is simple staining method. What you do is you do it under 3 steps: smear preparation, heat fixing, and simple staining. Okay, you prepare a smear by adding a drop of distilled water, and in the distilled water you will inoculate the specimen with the inoculation loop, and then you will heat fix it and then air dry it. Then simple stain, you will add any of one color, you will add it and you will wash and air dry. So what happens, the color will be absorbed by the cell wall of the bacteria, causing a good visualization of the bacteria. Next is negative staining. That is otherwise called as indirect staining. In this, what happens? One of the rapid, uncomplicated and qualitative staining which examines the bacterial morphological characteristics. So the specimen appears very clear against a dark colored background in this negative stain. So what happens in positive stain or a simple stain, that stain or the color is absorbed by the microorganism. Whereas in negative staining, what happens, the color is absorbed in the background and the bacteria will be clearly visible under the dark background. So the stains used here are 10% nigrosin, 2% eosin or 1% aqueous Congo red. So these are all the very basic colors we use. Here also we use only one color to stain the organism, but here the organism is repulsing the stain, so it will be fixed only in the background. So these are all the principle how the negative staining happens. That is, nigrosin is a negative stain, bacterial cell wall negatively charged. So what happens, they just repulse the stain, giving a clear view of the bacteria under a background of dark color. Clear? So this is how the principle works. This is the reverse happens in the simple staining. Simple staining, what it happens, or a positive staining, the positive stain attracted by the bacterial cell, because bacterial cell wall is charged by the negative. So that stain will get absorbed in the bacteria, and so when we wash it, what happens, the background will go and the bacteria will take up the color and will be visible under the microscope. That is positive staining. In negative staining, what happens, this negative charges will repulse the negative charge present in the bacterial cell. So the background is dark background and the bacteria will be colorless, so you can have a clear visualization of bacteria under the microscope. The next one is differential staining. Differential staining is a staining process which uses more than one chemical stain. So you use different stains in one process. We say it is differential staining. These are more popular and we need to know more about this. Here there are three techniques or three types of differential staining. One is gram staining, acid fast staining, or spore staining. So these two are in your syllabus. So we will talk about gram stain and acid fast stain. What is gram staining? It is a type of differential staining that is used to differentiate majority of the bacterial groups. So we know that the bacteria is classified as gram positive and gram negative based on the cell wall difference. We have studied in the previous video that what is gram positive and what is gram negative bacteria. So they both have different kind of cell wall. So because of this, when we apply the sequence of crystal violet and iodine and safranin, what happens? There is two different types of stain happens in gram positive and gram negative. So what we do in differential staining or gram staining is we use these four things for our staining techniques. First one is crystal violet solution. The color is represented in the picture. The next one is grams iodine solution and 95% ethyl alcohol and safranin solution. So what happens here? The smear is prepared as same like we do it in simple staining. You take a drop of distilled water and you inoculate the specimen with the inoculation loop, and then you will heat fix it. So after that you apply primary stain. This slide shows two slides. One is gram positive, the other one is gram negative cocci. So what happens? Primary staining by the crystal violet we do, and then you will treat with the iodine solution, and then again you wash it with alcohol. Okay, you treat with iodine and then you will wash it with the alcohol, and then again you apply another stain which is called safranin. So the color of the safranin is pink. The color of the crystal violet is purple. So what happens in the gram positive? Gram positive, the color of crystal violet is present. It will not be washed off by the alcohol and iodine. Whereas in the gram negative bacteria, the cell wall will not absorb crystal violet, because when it washed with alcohol, it goes off. It becomes white again, and then when you apply safranin, it becomes pink. Okay, understood. So what happens in differential staining? We apply two different colors, crystal violet and safranin, and we treat it with iodine and wash it with alcohol. Okay, so while washing with alcohol, if it is a gram positive, the color will not change and the safranin color will not be absorbed in the bacteria. Whereas when you wash it with alcohol in gram negative bacteria, during washing it loses its color, that is crystal violet color is lost, and when you apply safranin, the gram negative absorbs the safranin and gives a pink color. So this is the main difference when you do a gram stain. So you can easily identify what bacteria it is, whether it is a gram positive or gram negative. The next one is acid fast staining. This is otherwise called as Ziehl-Neelsen staining. It is first introduced by Paul Ehrlich. We have studied in the history video in 1882. So it was first introduced by Paul Ehrlich, but the name is changed. Now nobody says it as acid fast staining. They say it as Ziehl-Neelsen staining. Acid fast staining refers to one of the staining methods which differentiates the Mycobacteria species from the other bacterial groups based on the staining properties and cell wall difference. So if you want to identify this Mycobacterium species, then we do Ziehl-Neelsen staining. So especially this is used for the case of identification of tuberculosis. Okay, the examples of acid fast bacteria are called Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Mycobacterium leprae, Mycobacterium smegmatis, and Mycobacterium filii. So these are all the examples of acid fast bacteria, and non-acid fast bacteria are E. coli, Staph aureus, and etc. Okay. So it is introduced by Paul Ehrlich. The name is given in 88 as Ziehl-Neelsen staining. So we use three different, as we said, it's a differential staining. So we use two colors or two stains. The first one is carbol-fusin stain, that is Ziehl-Neelsen carbol-fusin stain, which is a primary stain, and the acid alcohol to decolorize or wash the dye, and Loeffler methylene blue stain, that is a counter stain, you give it after the first wash. So these are all the three components we use in this Ziehl-Neelsen method. So what we do here, same like the simple staining, you take a clean grease slide, prepare a smear, fix it with heat, and then you add carbol-fusin, that is Ziehl-Neelsen carbol-fusin, to the inoculum. So what happens, and then you will do a steam for the smear, and then you will add alcohol, which is a decolorizer. So what happens, if it is the acid fast bacteria, it will absorb the carbol-fusin and it is not washed by the alcohol. If it is a non-acid bacteria, the alcohol will decolorize the bacteria, that is the carbol-fusin, the red color will go off and the methylene blue will be absorbed. So same like gram positive, gram negative, the acid fast bacteria cannot be washed off by the alcohol. So it will reflect the first color which we applied, that is carbol-fusin. So the methylene blue will not be absorbed. Whereas non-acid fast bacteria, what happens, when you wash it with alcohol, the red color goes off, that is the carbol-fusin color goes, and it will absorb the methylene blue. So in the microscope it will appear blue color. Clear? So this is the acid fast staining technique. So acid fast bacteria will have carbol-fusin color and non-acid fast will have the methylene blue color. So this is how the staining process will be like. Acid fast will have a red color and the non-acid will have the blue color. So you can identify whether it is a Mycobacterium species or the other species. So easily you can differentiate the Mycobacterium species from the other species using this Ziehl-Neelsen staining. So the next one is a hanging drop method. This is actually in your syllabus, which has been asked twice in your question papers. First discovered by Robert Koch, hanging drop method is mostly used to see the motility of the microorganism. The movement of the microorganisms can be visualized in the hanging drop techniques. So how we do this and what is it, we will go through here. Hanging drop method is a traditional method for examining the cell motility and morphology by taking the living microorganism from the liquid media. If you want to see the living microorganism, because in staining techniques we kill them by fixing it with the heat. So here we are not applying heat, and you can see the movement of the bacteria, especially in case of Vibrio cholerae. So the cholera bacteria are having a high motility, so you can easily identify them with the hanging drop method. What all the articles here we need is slides with one small concave depression. I will show you it in the picture. A cover slip, a petroleum jelly, microbial suspension and sterile inoculating loop. So this is the picture where it is clearly visible. What you have to do, first prepare a slide. So prepare a cover slip with 4 sides of petroleum jelly. So you want to fix this petroleum jelly on the slide. So we apply petroleum jelly on the 4 corners, and in the middle you apply liquid paraffin, and then inoculating with the help of inoculating loop you will add the microorganism, and then you will take a concave depression slide. This is a slide, and middle of the slide you can see the concave depression, and you will cover it on top of the cover slip. Clear? So what we do is preparation of the cover slip by dabbing petroleum jelly on the corners. Place the loop full of microbial suspension into the center of the cover slip. Then turn the concave depression glass slide upside down and cover the cover slip. Then what you do, you invert the concave depression glass slide to produce hanging drop of the specimen. So in this concave depression, the drop of the solution will go and sit in the concave depression. So the bacteria will be moving inside this. So you can have a clear visualization of the bacteria motility. Clear? So this is how we do the hanging drop method, especially in case of understanding the motility of the microorganism, and we do it very commonly in case of Vibrio cholerae. Hope you understood. The important aspect here is what is stain, what are the different types of staining techniques, and the very commonly asked questions are what is negative stain, which is twice asked in your question papers, and what is acid fast staining, and what is gram staining, and what is hanging drop staining. So all these hanging drop method, all these questions have been asked in your university question paper. So please go through and understand the concept. Thank you.